Right. So we need you to, who you are.
Oh, Ronald Arthur Spurgin,
And
24, 831. Yeah, Colchester, Essex, England.
Good, just in case the tape.
Edith Alice. Yeah.
I've got that on. Right. So talk about the 12-hour bike riding. What you did bike riding, racing.
Well, there was my brother and my mate Bunny, and we done mainly 25s, miles, which I done 1 hour and 5 minutes and I think 4 seconds. My mate Bunny done it in 1 hour and 5 minutes, and I never ever did beat him. He was a lot taller than me. My brother was way back in the doldrums somewhere. We had one race one day, which was a local race, and he asked if they'd start him 1 minute in front of me. So as if I caught him, which I did, I caught him in a very short distance, that he could tag on to me and
draft you.
Draft and have a good time. Try and make a good racing time, but he didn't. So, yeah. But the 12-hour, I started at 12 minutes past 4 in the morning and finished at 12 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. And they give you drinks along the way, and I took date bars, and I can't remember feeding us, but I suppose they must have done through the time. And we, Jesus, rode up to Dagenham. Oh, it was a long haul, and it was dark when we started and sunshine when we finished.
And you did 219
miles and some odd yards.
Oh.
So, yeah, and a lot of training went into it. When they were working, we were doing a lot of work at Kelvin at that time, and I used to ride, which was probably 10 miles from Colchester. I used to ride there and ride home, and then ride to Brighton and ride home to get fit.
And what sort of bike did you have?
Oh, a racing bike, a Bates. Well, they used to call it three something. There's a special lightweight tubing. Yeah, and the wheels that you used for, say, 50 and 25 would have been very lightweight wheels, aluminium wheels. But the 12-hour you would have used a bit heavier rims because of the cost of the terrain, and you've got to ride over. But yeah, that was good. And that year, I won the club's handicap cup, which we've got a picture of somewhere, which is a big cup, and you hold it for a year.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't go to the dinner to catch it because His Majesty wanted me to be a soldier. So, but actually, the night that the club dinner was on, that Mum went to, we came back from Manchester that night after having 12 weeks up with the Manchester Fire Brigade to train as firemen. And the sergeant said, I don't want you until Monday morning. And lots of them went home, and I thought, that was sort of fairly, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock time we got back from Manchester. And I thought, geez, the time I get to train from Farnborough to London and London to Colchester, the time I got to London, I might not get a train to Colchester, which happened one night. I missed the flicking train and had to sleep on Liverpool station all night. So yeah, but then this was the period of going in the army, which was...
Let me just ask one more question about the bike.
Yes.
Did it have gears?
Yes.
Oh, it did have gears?
Yeah. You used to ride a fixed wheel for 25 kilometres, gears for 50, and then on. Yeah, you have gears, yeah. Right. You could not do it. You couldn't do it on a fixed wheel because of the time you got to ride and the energy you have to put into it. It's all right when you're riding for an hour and a bit. Fixed wheel is terrific. It's a great way to do. They're a great way to ride a bike because you've got braking with your legs and you've got braking with you only have a front brake. So you brake your thingy with the pedals and you just slow yourself up your front brake and away you go.
Oh, they've come back into vogue anyway.
Yeah, it was a Bates. What they used to call it? There used to be a certain tube and they had just bent forks on the front. It wasn't parallel forks. That was a bit of a... And I bought it. I went to Ipswich, so I don't know who we went. I went with, and I don't know why I went there. We went there. Ipswich was about 18 mile away. And I don't know why we went there. Now it just passes me. And I see this frame and I thought, I'll buy it. And I bought it on hire purchase, which is the Never Never. And I put some money down and had to pay so much a month or whatever it was. And I don't know if Mum said to Dad, he's bought a thingy on hire purchase, and my dad said, how much do you owe? And I said, I forget what it was. And he said, while you live in this house, if you can't pay for it, you don't have it. Pay it off. And I never ever paid him back, which was probably not good, but that was his principles, and that's why he never bought his own home. I guess, I don't know.
Because he didn't want a mortgage.
He didn't want a mortgage, yeah. But he always done more overtime than anybody. Oh, I don't know about anybody, but he always had the bloody cream jobs and but he didn't. Yet his dad, my granddad, he was in business for pubs. He ended up with a fish shop, but he had several pubs. He had a blacksmith shop in Viewers, and apparently I was talking to my brother, and the Stratford St Mary Church, there's a steel railing around Stratford St Mary's Church that was done by my granddad.
Oh, okay.
It was the local blacksmith, the local special constable, which is not a full-time policeman, but the local policeman,
right,
unpaid, like they used to be firemen like that. They used to call them retained firemen, and they turned out for fire, but they weren't paid. Or they might have been some reimbursement, but they didn't have
sort of volunteers.
Yeah, they didn't have full-time firemen. Brightonsea used to have retained firemen. But Colchester didn't have. Colchester used to have a big fire station, with lots of appliances because of the size of the town.
Okay, so he was a policeman.
He was the policeman.
Volunteer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we wouldn't have. Yeah, special constable, which I had an uncle too was a special constable. He in my days, he's a bit older than me, but he was a special constable. And they used to do weekend work and night work and do their day job during the day.
Okay.
So, but then Army, it said, yes, what date I go in? Louis, 19th of September?
We decided it was 1951.
Yeah, it was 1951, yeah, September 1951. I no sooner had my birthday and the message come, again, we need you.
So, just backing it back a bit, why were they still having call-ups?
National
the
service
war was 6 years
Yeah, no,
previously?
we still had troops in Germany.
Okay.
And they still had troops in Japan. I don't know if we had troops in Japan. I don't know.
The canal.
Oh, that was after. That was Suez Canal was after. That was after Mick came in. But the thing was, I'd had, I think, 3 weeks of a tradesman's pay. And then I went down to 26 shillings a week, from £9 a week to 26 shillings a week.
In the army?
In the army, yeah. We had to allocate an amount to our mothers, and that was 7 shillings. We got £3 something or other when we joined up, when we went in, and you had to put 7 shillings sent to your parents, so that if you got killed, they would have the government would pay them a pension
forever? Or
Well, I don't know.
no,
That I don't
for a
know. I
period.
don't know. For a period, yeah.
So you went from £9 a
Week to
down
26 shillings.
but actually £3 if
Yeah.
you count all of it.
No.
Well, you
That's
did-
£1 6 shillings.
Yeah.
Right. So, and with your seven shillings your mum went, right? So that's £2. What's that? £2 3 shillings, and that's what we didn't go to full army pay until 18 months. Till we'd done 18 months in the army.
Okay.
So
And what was full army pay?
£3, £3 something.
So still a third
still
of
pathetic.
what you were earning.
Pathetic. Yeah, but
And you were only a third of what you were earning as an apprentice.
apprentice was terrible money. I got 10 shillings a week for the first year, and the bloke across the street from me, Nornie Mason, he worked for the same mob in the warehouse, doing warehouse work because they were a hardware store and whatnot, and he used to get £2 something a week, and I was getting 10 shillings. And the second year I got £1, 30 shillings, £2, and that's how it went up. But I think later, as the years went on, it jumped a bit. We got a bit more money, but apprentice pay was just apprentice pay, and that's 5 years.
All right. So you had finished your apprenticeship when you went into the army?
Yeah. I finished in August.
All right.
Right,
So,
so-
that was one of the reasons they didn't call you in the army.
They didn't call.
before.
The first time they called me up when I was 18, and I said, no, and I told them I was an apprentice, and I was apprentice with, and they said, right, you were deferred for a year. So I no sooner had me 19th birthday, and they said, come along, we need you. So I had a report to Farnborough, which was close to the airbase,
All right.
where all the sophisticated
Yeah.
development of planes was, and where they used to have the Farnborough Air Show.
Yeah. And maybe they still do.
Yeah.
1951, you were 20.
Yeah. No.
Said 19.
Maybe said after your 19th birthday.
Yeah. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19. It was 5 years apprenticeship.
You were born in 31, in 51 you were 20.
Yeah, depends where you're talking about, what time of the year.
That doesn't make sense.
Moving along.
Yeah, moving along. So we went to Farnborough and done basic training. The conditions were almost what you call primitive. The basins and the all that was pretty primitive.
So, because that's right, you've been working for 5
Years, yeah, that's right, as an apprentice, yeah.
Yeah.
And I learned
So, yes, that's interesting.
14,
So,
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Where she keeps getting an extra year from, I don't, but it doesn't matter.
Anyway, so it's not, you're not a 19-year-old who's not been anywhere. You'd worked for 5 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's just a moment. You see, we met in 51 and we were 3 years later, we were married and you were 23 or almost 23. So that means we met in 51 when you were 20 and 3 years later, right.
Yeah, but when you have a birthday, you're 1 year, you're younger and older depending on when your birthday is. Like in...
We
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's 5 years apprenticeship.
We've just had our 63rd wedding anniversary.
This is all.
Last Monday.
Right.
I don't know where she's getting. I could be 20 from. I don't.
Because you were born in 1931.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't. I left school at 14.
I'm not worried about when you left school. I'm only worried about the year you went in the army. You were 20.
But,
When I met you, you were 20.
Because you went in, what did you say, September?
Yep.
But you could have been called up when he's 19. His birthday's in August. They call you up when you're 19.
No, you call up when you're 18.
Yeah, but it gets deferred till you're 19.
That's correct. That's when I went in.
And so they call you up when he's 19, and then he has his birthday.
I had my birthday on the 24th of August, and within days I got the letter. Oh, you can nod and shake your head till the flicking cows come home. You can't alter the fact. I was 1 year, because when I got into the army.
Just a minute.
Oh, Jesus.
If you were born in 31,
Yeah.
what age were you in 51?
He was 19.
I was 19.
He was 19 until August 24th, and he was 20.
He went in September.
Yeah, but he actually said he got called up. He said he got deferred till he's 20. So if it's I don't know, if it's June and you get called up, so in September you go into your 20.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And I'd finished in August 19. When I was 19, I had my 19th birthday. And then they said, come and join us. You can nod your head till tomorrow. You can't.
How old were you in 51 then?
20. 19 rather.
He was 19 for most of the year.
His birthday's the 24th and he went in September.
Well, that's true. He would have been 20 in September.
So that means hang on.
31.
That makes a 6-year apprenticeship? No.
Sorry.
31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Ignore all that. You finished getting full thingy pay, weren't you?
Do what?
You were getting full pay, weren't you? You went in and you just said you got full pay and dropped to thingy. The apprenticeship was over.
Let's move along and we'll worry about that because it's a technicality, I think.
She's always on technicalities, your mother.
So talked about boot camp. No, did they call it boot camp?
No, training battalion, yeah. Well, when you go for your medical, you have to go for a medical first before because lots of the kids, two of the kids up the street, they didn't go because they were unfit. They say to you, what would you like to go in? And I said, the Navy, because I'd done 4 years in the Sea Cadets. And I thought, oh, good. And I said, I've done 4 years in the Sea Cadets. They said, no, right, what else? And I said, because I got my licence, I thought, I'll go in the army as a driver. And they said, okay. So that's where I ended up. We had in the Royal Army Service Corps. But then you have to do 8 weeks of basic training, where they take a load of hillbilly-hoys, half men and half boys, and turn them into men.
And so most of them would have been 18-year-olds?
Yes, I was a year older than most of them.
Right.
I don't know if there's any other, there we go, 2 years old, she's saying that, but it doesn't matter, it's beside the point. Going back to the ablution block, there was minimal hot water. Now, I've never had trouble getting out of bed in the morning. I always just get there in the morning, up, as soon as the flicking reveille went, I'd be up, get me hot water, have a shave, and be at breakfast while the others were still diddling around.
Because you wanted to get some hot water.
Exactly. And that was September, and it was starting to get cold. And yeah, so we done 8 weeks of basic training, then we done driver training.
So hang on, what did they do during basic training? What did you learn to do?
Square bashing, rifle range, a few times on the rifle range.
What's square bashing?
Marching.
Oh.
Marching up, marching back, marching up, marching back, doing map, going out, doing out through through the swamps and whatnot, doing faked exercises and doing map reading, and yeah, they just fill your time. And you start your parade at 8, and that's it. And if there's one bloke don't toe the line, you all flicking suffer. And
right. Okay.
So yeah, but these corporals and sergeants turn a load of rabble into soldiers. They really do. That's quite amazing. And so then we had to do driver training. Listen, the bloke was teaching, the civilians teacher. So I just gets in the truck and he said, "You've done this before." I said, "Yeah, I've got a civilian license." Get lost. He said, "Just get lost till we've finished the course. Do something." And I did, and I got interested with I got on in with the posting corporal, and we used to have a cup of tea together and whatnot, and then
what's a posting corporal?
He's the bloke who sends blokes out to different camps.
Right.
So, but prior to that, they'd done this thing where, what would you like to do after you finish your basic training? And I forget what the things were now. But they said a fireman, to be a fireman. I thought, no, geez, that's all right. I'm trained to be a fireman. Because, I mean, Bunny's dad, my mate's dad, he was a fireman. He was a full-time fireman. And they seemed to have a good life, so I thought, I'll train to be a fireman. This might be good. So I went to Manchester for 12 weeks. 20 of us went for 12 weeks to train with the Manchester City Fire Brigade. And we were treated like kings. The food was good and everything. We were treated good. The train.
What sort of things? Yeah.
You done what they call pump escape. Was you send the old fire engine with the wheels on the back and pull them off the fire engine and wind them up and get them up and rescue the bloke off. They had a big tower, and you give him a shoulder carry.
Down a ladder.
Down a ladder, yeah. And one of the worst things was the hook ladder, which you had to hook on the window. There was tower of windows. You hook on the window, you lean out, and you climbed up this ladder, and all of that was hooks along the top to dig into the woodwork, and then you got onto the next one, you brought your ladder up, and you hooked it up again, till you got to the top.
Kidding. You got into the window, and then
you pull your ladder up, turn it round, turn it up, hook it on, lean out,
and continue
till you got to the top of the tower.
That sounds horrific.
And I got onto one, hooked my ladder onto one shelf, climbed up, and Christ, I thought, there was a baking tray. A metal baking tray was on the timber, and I'd hooked onto the baking tray. And I thought, holy hell, if this thing slides out, what-o?
This was a test.
This is your ability to what could it be? Work under any sort of circumstances.
They didn't make it easy for you.
They didn't make it easy. No, they did not. No, and then you had to do a lot of hose drill. I ended up with 3 stitches in the back of my head because the bloke who you roll out your hose, and the next bloke comes along with a roll of hose, and you just grab the nozzle and bung it in. But he was too far over. He slapped me on the back of the head and busted my head open. So I had a few hours off. But yeah, and then you had to hold on the end and say to the pump, okay, pump. I forget what it was now. There was a word. And the bloke fired the pump up and the hose comes up and you have to hold on to it. And yeah. But 20 of us went, 17 come back. 3 they couldn't climb ladders. And one bloke was what they called, like you said, a retained fireman. He was a fireman in Sibby Street, but he couldn't climb a ladder. He got up 4 rungs up the ladder, and that was it. And 3 of them were like that. They couldn't climb ladder.
They couldn't handle the heights.
Hack the heights, yeah. They sent them back. Mm-hmm. So we came home for Christmas. That was during the Christmas break. We got a train from Manchester to London and London to Colchester, and I forget, we had 3 days, I think. Then you had to go back to London and back to Manchester again. But it was good. They treated us well.
So once you'd finished your training,
back to Farnborough. Yeah, right. That was the night we got back to Farnborough. That night that the club dinner was on. But like I said, there was the time I'd have got the train from Farnborough to London and got across London to Liverpool Street. I probably wouldn't have got the last train to Colchester. So I didn't go. Some of them went home. The blokes who conveniently lived, they went home. So then came the postings, and I kept my friend, the posting corporal.
Right.
And these come in and he said, oh, one was bloody Stranraer in Scotland and in different places. And I said, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. And there's 3 of us left. And he said, I got a posting. He said, and you've got to go. He said, all 3 of you got to go. He said, I can't manipulate it anymore. And I said, oh, okay, where is it? He said, London. Oh, so that'll do. So he gets a pass, goes to London, gets to this headquarters, and this major said, what am I going to do with you blokes tonight? This was sort of fairly late night. And where do you live? Oh, the 2 of them live in Gravesend, and I said I live in Colchester. All right, I'll give you a pass to go home, a rail pass to go home. He said, come back in the morning. So we done that, home back in the morning. And he said, you 2 are going to Colchester. No, hang on, you're going to Colchester. That was me. He said, you 2 are going to Gravesend. Not to Gravesend, somewhere down that part of the world. For the 2 blokes. And I said, oh, right, so thank you, that'll do.
So you essentially got posted.
I got posted to Colchester. And I said to the captain there, he's a good bloke. He got sent to the Middle East. And I said, I live here. He said, well, just live out. This is what you do. And I signed up to live out, and I lived out.
As in lived at home?
Lived at home, yeah.
And just go in every morning?
Yeah, just go in the morning. Get there, I don't know, I forget where we used to get there about 8:30, something like that.
So did some of the people get posted like overseas?
No.
Training?
No, not out that 17. No, not that I know of. No. They were all different, some went to Waldershot, I think. I forget how many went to Stranraer in Scotland. No one went overseas.
No.
Okay. So that was it. So then, I had 6 months, I think it was, in Colchester. And this
as a fireman?
No. Driving this captain around.
So you trained as a fireman?
Never.
You spent all these weeks training?
Training as a fireman, never, ever.
You never were a fireman?
Never was a fireman. No, they had a brigade in Colchester, which was run by civilians, but under the army. And this captain had, I think, 2 or 3 kids, and he lived in married quarters. No, the officers' married quarters. No, he was a nice fella, really was. And he said to me one day, he said, have you seen, why don't you join up for 3 years, he said, and I'll send you on the corporal's course, he said, and you'll get full pay. And I said, no way, sir, not me. I said, the army's not my career. And he said, oh, that's all right, fair enough. But then he got posted to the Middle East when they were having the Suez Canal trouble. And then I got a regimental sergeant major that I had to take around. And that wasn't thing. And then I don't know why or how I ended up being posted to Shorncliffe. But that's the part that I don't know. I don't recall what happened that I got posted to Shorncliffe. But I did. So I got, which is near Folkestone, Dover, whatever you like to call it. And because I didn't know where the barracks was, so I asked people, and they said, oh, it's just up the road, just walking distance. So I said, oh, well, I walked and went in there, and there was a corporal there then, I think, and one bloke, one other fireman, but I don't know what the hell they were doing, because they didn't last that long. Cutting the shit out of Dimmy, he got caught. The corporal got caught in married quarters, and got detention in Colchester, and got stripped of his corporal stripes. And the bloke who took him was the other bloke, the other fireman, and they got drinking at the stations. And so when they got to Colchester, they were drunk. So he got slapped inside as well. So I don't know what happened to them in the end. But so I had to pick this captain up from the railway station, from Shorncliffe railway station. And he said, how long have you got left, driver? I said, till September, sir. He said, you're a good driver. I said, thank you, sir. And we got on well from that moment on. He was a good bloke. He was a good bloke.
So you just drive him around?
Wherever he'd say, I'd say, where did Morris up? I can't think of his name, man. Kerr. Was it Captain Kerr? Captain Gardner, yeah, it was Captain Kerr. He said, tomorrow, or Aldershot, or somewhere, we could go to Flip and Wop land. And he'd just go into the camps and see whoever, and say the fire equipment's all okay, and back we'd go.
And you just sit and wait.
Yeah, I just sit and wait, or go to the canteen and have a meal or whatever. Yeah, just sit and wait for them. Yeah, that was.
So it was a tough gig.
Oh, it was tough. Yeah, and I'd say to him, I got guard duty tonight, sir. Right, we'll be a bit late tonight. He said. So he said, just don't. He said, drop me off and just don't go back. And he said, so he didn't do guard mount. So you just turn up at the guardhouse, go and have your meal and turn up at the guardhouse and do your guard duty. I'd pick him up in the morning and go somewhere else.
Oh, so you had to do the guard duty?
Oh, I didn't do many, because they'd say to me, because I knew, I mean,
you were driving all day.
Yeah, but also being a little bit older than these, I don't know why, and, being a tradesman, well, I don't know whether that made any difference. They'd say to me, you got to do the guard duty. I can't, I'm going to such and such. And they'd say, we'll have to get somebody else. Okay. So, it was good. It was good. And he'd say, I don't want you tomorrow, soldier, driver. This was on Friday morning. He lived he didn't live far away from the barracks, some units there. I never met his wife, but he was a big bloke, huge man. Eat, drink, bloody, whatnot. But a good bloke. And he said, I don't want you tomorrow. You can buzz off for the weekend, and I'd leave on Friday morning and come home. That was good. Yeah.
So you then have to. Was it something you had to train to London? I
rode it once on my bike once, 95 mile.
Wow.
And come back, brought the bike back on the train. I used to get the what I used to call the milk train. I'd get the last train out of Colchester, and then walk across the Waterloo station, from Liverpool to Waterloo station, and then get the train down to Shorncliffe, which was running through the night, and get there early hours in the morning. And then go and pick him up.
Okay, so you had to basically travel overnight to get.
Well, yeah, I'd done that because I don't know, because I'd done it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no logical reason. I could have caught a train at 7 o'clock and got the train to Shorncliffe and slept there at night, in the barracks at night. But I didn't do it, and
no,
that was just part of the deal. But, yeah, no.
So what sort of car did you drive? Do you remember that?
It was a Hillman. There's a picture of it somewhere. In the I don't know. Where's the book, Louis?
Hillman what?
A utility with a canvas back on it.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you both just sat in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we used to pick up this major, and I know we picked him one day, and this Captain Kerr, he was a big bloke. He was a big man. He was bloody taller than me. He was just big. He used to drink a lot, I think. And this major sitting in the. We used to have two fold-up seats in the back, and the major sitting in the back. And he said, "You two soldiers in the front." He said, "You both need a haircut." We said, "Yes, sir." But it was good.
You always said yes, sir, no matter.
Oh, no matter what, yes sir, no sir. 3 bags full. Yeah. But and then I said it before. He had gout. What he used to eat. He used to go to this Ashford Timmy fire station and.
So hang on, where's the? There's the car. That one there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, let's see if we can get this.
Yeah, that's it.
Focus. There we go. That was the Hillman you used to drive around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, so he got gout and they put him in hospital, and he said, I've got to post you. He said, I've got to get you somewhere, he said, because if not, they'll post you. He said, if I know I'm in hospital. I said, well, righto, sir. He said, go and see, I forget what the bloke's name was. Go and see Captain somebody else. He said, on Kensington Gardens. And they were a fire crew on Kensington Gardens for the coronation. Because they were all bivouacked, they had bell tents on Kensington Gardens for the troops who were going to line the parade for the coronation. For the coronation, for the Queen.
Which was?
1952. Yeah, 52.
Right.
So he said, go up and see him and see, and so I did. Drove to Utah. Said, Captain Kerr sent me. He said, oh yeah, I know you're coming. What do you want me to do? Oh, just drive this and that and that. I said, okay, right. So I just drove around, and it was Easter, and I said to the captain, I said, you want me to Easter, Captain? No, he said, go home.
So this was like days before the coronation?
Oh, yeah, because they were all. So they had fire engines up. I think they had 2 fire engines up there, in case the tents got fired at.
Oh.
So, yeah, so I came home for Easter, and then I went back to Shorncliffe, I drove the van back to, no, did I? I can't remember where I went back to, no, I must have went back to London. I went back to London, and he said, no, I think it was after coronation. And I said, he said, you can go back to Shorncliffe. And I said, okay, right.
So you didn't actually see the coronation itself?
No. I did. We saw on, what's the name, television, didn't we? Walton's television, about that big.
Yeah, right, in black and white.
In black and white, yeah. And I went back, and I think, was he at a hospital? I think he was at a hospital. And I picked him up. And he said, you get Easter driver? I said, yeah, I did, sir. He said, well, go again.
So you sort of got Easter and Lou.
Yeah, I got Easter, and he said, go again. And I said, right, so I had Easter again. Yeah. Oh, look, it was comical. It really was comical. Yeah.
So he was sort of in the fire.
He was a fire officer. He was a fireman, in the true sense of the word. That I don't know if he'd ever done training as a fireman. I've no idea. But he was the person who would go around. We went around different barracks, and then to check that, But he didn't check. He just went around and said, I must have just signed the papers and that, because to check the fire equipment, you have to go around and check the. But I mean, because they had a lot of mobile fire extinguishers, like not CO2, but they were chemical that when you set them off. The foam would come out of the thing, and they used to have to be dated as to when they were last filled and checked, and he'd never done that. So it was yeah.
So you kept doing that, right?
Yeah.
So how many long were you in the army for?
2 years.
And you had to do 2 years.
Yeah, and I think the last. Oh no, that's right. I forget where we went the last day, but we went somewhere. And he come back and I said, because he knew I was finishing, he knew that, and I said, thank you, sir. It's been good to serve you. He said, save £100, he said, and buy the Financial Times and study it, which I never did because that to me didn't mean anything. But they used to talk stocks and shares, him and this flicking major.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he'd say, because he used to go to Brighton, we used to go to Brighton a lot, and I think there was a woman involved, and I think because always just got the same thing, but because she got pregnant, and he said to me, I said no, I said I've only spoken to her once, and I said, and I had a cup of tea, I said, and that's the only time I've ever spoken to her, but she got pregnant, and we'd go to the carpool, and draw a flicking great Humber. Big Humbers with big balloon tyres? Oh, yeah. We'd go and hack one out so we could go down there and pick up this. The major would be there. He'd be in Brighton. But if they wanted to go anywhere, they had I used to drive in this flicking great Humber.
Which was a luxury car.
Oh yeah, compared to the Hillman, because it had heating and everything in it. But yeah, but I'll just stop that a minute. Okay.